The coronavirus pandemic has been absolutely disastrous for people suffering from gambling addiction. That's the warning from Swansea East MP Carolyn Harris, who says boredom, sport cancellations and money freed up from mortgage holidays could increase the risk. Our Westminster correspondent Ione Wells has been speaking to a woman in Cardiff whose addiction has relapsed during the lockdown.
For me, I've just found it really difficult with the extra advertising. I feel like the gambling companies are like zooming in on me and everywhere I look and everywhere I go, they're there.
Katie's struggled with gambling addiction for about 15 years. We've changed her name and are not showing her face because after 500 days of not gambling, she says the coronavirus lockdown has caused her to relapse. She's worried about how this will impact her relationships.
It's really impacted on my mental health, and it's got me at places where I was feeling really low and quite suicidal, just thinking like I can't go back to this way of life and I don't want to live like this anymore.
Earlier this week, the Gambling Commission told Parliament they believe 60% of the most engaged gamblers had increased the time they'd spent gambling since the lockdown.
Nick Phillips is a recovering gambling addict who's now been clean for around 2 years. He now works for an organisation called Gamvisory, which works to tackle stigma around gambling addiction.
We've got lots of people who might be furloughed or laid off work, so they're looking to supplement their earnings. Some might be gambling because of boredom, so the two sort of go hand in hand, because obviously the sports betting market is not available because there's no sports to bet on. The products that are online now, these slot machines, these casino kind of things, are all very addictive products.
The Betting and Gaming Council, or BGC, who represent betting companies, said their members would pull ads from TV and radio during this time. But campaigners say this needs to be extended to cover social media ads and direct marketing like text messages.
That's where the big problems are. In the pandemic times, when it is being viewed by this industry as an alternative activity to keep people occupied during lockdown, it is absolutely disastrous.
The BGC claim gambling ads on social media, texts and emails have significantly dropped. But for some, they're still cutting through. We don't yet know when the lockdown will end, but until it does, Carolyn Harris says she'll continue to ask gambling companies to remove all direct marketing to protect those who are most vulnerable.